All right, welcome back to the channel. It's week 10. We are 8-0, and we're the number 3 team taking on 107th Ball State, who is 2-5. It's a nice day here at the Doit, but I can't stress it enough. We can't take any game lightly. We're pretty deep into the season now, but any team can jump up and sneak up on us. So as you see here, we're starting out with the ball. Pretty good win-loss record over my career so far. We're starting in the shotgun like we love to do, and we're just going to give a draw to Stevenson, who's going to just kind of push up the middle. We're establishing the run early against these guys, and so now we're going under center. Going to look to hand it off here to Stevenson, who breaks through the hole, breaks a tackle, and is able to get the first down. He's having a pretty good season. As you can see, he's pretty close to 1,000 yards. So we're going right back on the ball, doing the Falcon fast. Barry sets in the back, gets good pressure, great block by Stevenson. He's kind of rolling around. Everyone's getting absorbed by blocks. He finally sets it and he fires over to Blake, who catches it and gets tackled out of bounds. Blake's definitely been a guy that we've been looking a lot more towards this season. I mean, he's been getting a ton of catches because he's just been doing such a good job getting open. So we're not slowing down. We're going right back on the ball. And we're going to fire over just past the outstretched arms of one of their defenders, and wide receiver 20 is going to grab it. He's having a pretty good season so far, 17 catches, 175 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's one of the only graduating players on our offense. Just had to check the audibles there. Hike it, we're rolling to the left. We see Blake kind of has a step on his guy, and he catches it. Barry just kind of moves to his left, shuffles over, and he gives Blake a 50-50, and Blake has the outside positioning, so he's able to grab it for a huge gain. We're 3 for 3 so far throwing this drive. We're on the goal line here. We're going to hike it. They're going to get decent pressure, but we're going to fire over, and Moran makes an absolute gem of a catch. He didn't even have the right positioning, but we gave him a 50-50, and he comes up and he gets the ball. We're playing hungry. We're scoring real quick. And now, as you can see here, the defense is doing their job. It's 2nd and 24. And they're going to fire, and we almost picked it off. That would have went right back to the house. But we'll take the deflection. So the defense is able to stop them there. So now Barry back in the shotgun, give it to Stevenson. And Stevenson, who's having a monster game, is able to plow forward, break a tackle, and get an over 20-yard run right there. So as you see here, it's 1st and goal. We're knocking on the doorstep again. We're going to hike it. Pump fake by Barry, and we're just going to fire it over to Blake over the middle. Like I said, Blake's a guy that we're looking for a lot more this year, and he's able to get a touchdown there. And Barry, he's fired up. He's having a great game so far. Great route, great run and catch. So now Ball State goes 5 wide. They're obviously trying to work out of a hole here. They're down 14-0 very quickly, and they're able to get it over to Oliver as they get a big first down. So they're going to take it, and they're going to try to run the QB draw here, but we are going to be able to stuff them. And I know the last couple videos, I know I've been recording some of the audio after, but for the most part, I'm not going to continue to do it that way. It is more fluid in the way that I can speak without getting cut out, but it's not as live of a reaction, but I still try my best here as they find you over the middle for a big gain. So they run the counter. And he's able to get past Anderson, and he makes a big run, Shields. And then finally Patrick is able to bring him down. But they're definitely knocking right now. I mean, Shields, 2 rushes, 28 yards. So the defense, it's a bend, don't break situation. Let them come, but, just slam the door shut as they get closer to the end zone. And they do a play action here. Just gets the ball off, and he throws a perfect strike to his guy in the end zone. Right here, the play action, he steps up to avoid pressure, and he's just able to get the ball out before getting hit. And it was a perfect throw. So we don't want to, obviously we got to keep our foot on the gas. We're only up by 7 right now, and Bubba's in, and Bubba's going to do what Bubba always does, and that's give him a pump fake and then try to do the QB draw up the middle. So now Barry's back in, we're ready to throw. Lost one over to Ruiz, who's able to get a good catch. Every now and then we need Ruiz to step up and make plays, and he usually does a pretty good job doing it. So Barry, we're back on the shotgun. We're still going Falcon fast. He sits back, very patient, and then he fires an absolute dime over to Blake. Barry he stayed calm. He let the play develop. The line was giving him enough time. And right here, he's able to kind of just step up and just fire a bullet over there to Blake, who grabs it just as he's getting hit. So that's Barry's third touchdown of the game so far. So Ball State is, going to look up to put up a fight here, but the key for us is just getting off to a fast start. And Mitchell boots it through. So we go up 21-7. Now we're ready for the kickoff. Strausser's been doing a really good job kicking them deep, right at the beginning of the end zone so they don't fair catch it and they have to kind of run it out. So their guy Shields is going to be moving with it. And we're going to tackle him down to end the quarter. Pretty good first quarter there. 21-7. Can't script it much better than that, for real, So our defense is able to get a big stop. And so here we go. Now it's third down for us. Offense is still looking to keep piling it on. And Barry's going to take it here. We got all the space. We're just going to run with it. And we're going to hop out of bounds. He is our slowest quarterback, but he still does a great job reading the field. And he's able to run to his right and get a big first down for us. So we're going right back on the ball. We do it every single drive. We go Falcon fast. It's just the way we keep defenses on their heels. And Barry, he picks up a huge block there. Barry's going to take it on his feet once more. He's able to shed a tackle, and then he gets hit out of bounds. Unfortunately, they got a guy injured. Barry must have shoved him off real hard. So here we go. Line back up. We got two running back split. Barry's going to buy himself some time. Roll out. Fires it. And it's picked off. Tried to squeeze it into a spot that it really shouldn't have thrown that one. Probably should have just thrown it away. And I think that's only his second or third pick on the year. But it's going to give Ball State the ball. Ruin a little bit of our momentum. So we're just going to have to look for the defense to make big plays here. As they give it to Shields, who gets swallowed up in the backfield. Great job by Hyde to step up and read the run. So now they're going to give it to Gaines, who's not going to get the first down. We are able to stop him. The run defense continues to be dominant all season long. So right here, we know we need a big stop here. We don't want to let them back in the game. It's only a 14-point game. And right there, we get it done. Hyde on a huge goal line blitz gets in the backfield, and we're going to force him to punt. So we have the ball here with just over 2 minutes left in the half. And unfortunately, instead of being able to go down and get a quick score, Barry gets sacked in the backfield and loses the ball. So the ball comes out, they recover it, and so now they're actually knocking on our doorstep. Pitch it to outside with Bird, and he gets some amazing blocking, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. We don't give up many rushing touchdowns, but, there goes one right there. He's able to dive into the end zone. So they're going to line up, take the extra point here. And Ball State's given us a pretty good fight so far. If you've been following along all season, we usually go into the half up by, 14, 20 points. And it is a 7-point game with just 2 minutes left in the half. I do believe they get the ball at half too, so we're going to take it and we're going to try to score a quick one. Stevenson with a stutter step, and he's off. He did a little stutter step. He let his blocks form, and he could go all the way. Kick return touchdown. That's exactly how we need to respond. We're sitting there thinking, wow, Ball State is really here to give us a run for our money. They want to win so bad, end our undefeated season. And then Stevenson lets the blocking develop, and he gets a huge kick return touchdown. So now it's 3rd and 10. Ball State's trying to score before the end of the half. And their quarterback's able to convert on a huge 3rd down play. He's able to find his guy, Yu. So now they're moving down the field a little bit. So their quarterback, Murphy, he drops back, and he fires one wicked deep, and he finds you again. That guy's been a real menace so far this game. So our defense is able to come up huge and hold them to a field goal, which can, that's a big momentum win for us because a touchdown would have really just brought them right back into the game. 2 straight drives going down and getting touchdowns, but luckily we are able to just hold them to a field goal. And so, we don't do nothing with the ball. We just run out the half. It's 28-17. I mean, a close game for us at half, but we're still in the lead, and we still feel like we're in the driver's seat. As you can see there, the yards are pretty similar. We also have 2 turnovers, and they have none. So that's kind of what's helping to keep them in this game. Another good kickoff by Strausser. A decent return for them, but nothing we're too worried about. So they know they're going to have to kind of push the tempo on offense. And they're going to try to start it with a run here, but we're able to just swallow them up. I can't stress it enough. Our philosophy is just blitz often and blitz early. And we just continue to put pressure on their team. So right here, 3rd and 1, they know they need a big conversion, but we're sending the blitz. As you can see, we got everyone up on the line. We get a lot of pressure, and it doinks right off his hands. They had a guy who was ready to get a huge first down, and unfortunately, he drops the ball, literally. And so we're going to take back over on offense, and a give to Morris is going to get us a big first down. He comes up big when we need him to. When we call his number, he comes up and he steps up. So right here, it's 3rd and 7, kind of long. We do a pump fake. Barry, with plenty of time in the backfield, is able to find wide receiver 20 for a nice first down. We're going to hop on the ball here. And unfortunately, the defense is able to stop us. The drive ends. We end up punting. And we put them pretty back into their own, side of the field. So their quarterback's going to step back, and he's going to find his guy Weiss for a big gain. So the good punt, the good field, or for them, the bad field position they start with, kind of gets erased with a huge gain there. And then right there, Allen with a huge over-the-shoulder pick. We don't get many picks, but when we do, they feel real nice. So we're going to take the ball back. We're going to run the option, and Barry gets clobbered, but he's able to get the pitch off, and Stevenson is able to break a huge run. We don't run the option that often, but it's good to see it work every now and then to know that we have that weapon in our tool belt. So Barry's going to drop back, fire it over to once again Blake, who's able to get a big gain and help us push up the field. Barry felt the pressure coming, and he stepped up in the pocket to avoid a sack, and he's able to find Blake over the middle of the field. So we're still in the shotgun, 2nd and 2. Barry, he sees things developing, and he buys himself time and finds the senior wide receiver 20 in the end zone. Nice touchdown. Feels like that one's kind of the icing on the cake, It was only an 11-point game, but then you put up 7 here, and now it's 18, which means it's a 3-score game once again. And obviously I have a lot of confidence in our defense to keep it that way. So we went 77 yards, 1 minute and 10 seconds, 7 plays. So their offense is going to take the field. They're in shotgun. It's 3rd and 10. They know they got to start getting down the field really fast. And their quarterback, Murphy, he's going to step up, and he's going to try to run it as nothing was open, but we are able to catch him, and we're going to force them to punt away. So as you see here, we're under center. We're giving it to Stevenson, who gets a really nice hole, is able to break a block and stumble forward for a big gain, and it pushes him over the 100-yard mark. So as the third quarter's winding down, we're going to run off one last play, do a little play action. Barry gets cracked as he throws, but he fires it, and we missed. Almost a really big play there, but just overthrew Gay. But we go into the fourth quarter with a huge lead, and that's the important part. So we got the 2 tight end set. We got Becker and Moran. Barry's going to roll to his left. Got plenty of time. No one's on him, and he's going to be able to find wide receiver 20. I mean, that's what happens when your line gives you all day to throw. They were smart. I mean, they had a QB spy. They weren't going to let us run on them, but when you have a QB spy who doesn't step up and we have all that time, we're going to find a guy to get open. Just like right here, we find Stevenson on the corner, and Stevenson puts on a big juke move, and he catches the outside. The guy can't dive and get him. So Barry with another touchdown pass. I think that's his fourth? I don't know. He's got a bunch of them this game. We'll be able to look after. But another touchdown for the Orange. Let's go. I mean, our uniforms look so nice, especially when we're just pounding our MAC opponents. Feels nice to get, everyone involved on the offense, especially a guy like Barry. I mean, it just shows how two-dimensional we are. We're not just a running team. We're not just a throwing team. We're able to do it both, and we're able to do it both with a lot of success. So another extra point goes in. It's another successful scoring drive. And now it's pretty much over. I mean, it's 17-42. It's the fourth quarter. So we're feeling really good about the position we're in right now. So the defense is going to take the ball. They're still obviously trying to score, but they're going to go back to the run game. And they're actually going to get a really good run here. They haven't been able to get many, but Shields is actually having a decent game. I mean, 9 carries for 66 yards. Normally that's good, but the problem when teams face us is they can't really rely on their running too much because we go up early and we score so quick. You can even see here Bird with a big run. I mean, they're breaking off some big ones, but like I was saying, you're down too much. Like, you can't run. When you end the first quarter down by 14, you can't just keep running the ball. So Ball State is knocking on the door here. They really don't want to get another score before the game ends. They're going to give it to Bird, but I'm going to swallow up in the backfield with Ward. See there, he's averaging 6.8 with a touchdown, so that's just the dangers of playing from behind all game. Murphy's going to fire, and we're going to deflect it. I believe that was 4th down. Yep. So we're going to take the ball back. We're going to get in goal line. We're just going to try our best to run out the clock. We're going to give it to Stevenson, who's going to break a tackle and get a nice gain. So they were able to stop us. So they're going to get the ball back with 40 seconds, and I appreciate them still trying to score, not giving up. They're playing for pride, and it's college football. You got to play for pride. There's Barry, 5 touchdowns, 209 yards. Great day for him. Only 1 pick. 5-to-1 ratio in one game is pretty good. But as you can see here, the clock's winding down. There's only 20 seconds left. They're going to do a handoff. They're just kind of, ending the game. Oh, they actually had a really good run until he fumbles, and Allen is able to grab it. So now we're going to be able to ice the game. We're just going to run a quick, halfback direct and just end it. 10 seconds left. Another good win. I believe this makes us 9-0. I think. I'm not positive. Stevenson with a really good game. I mean, 15 carries, 121 yards. Great job by the offensive line to help him out. Yep, so we're going to move to 9-0. Ball State's going to fall to 2-6. And our undefeated streak stays alive for one more week at least. Good game, good win. Everything felt like it was clicking, Defense had a really solid game. Special teams, offense. Doy looks beautiful, huh? All right, so we're going to take a look at the stats here. I mean, total offense pretty close. When you look at the yards, I mean, this game should have been a lot closer than it actually was. But, as you can see, they didn't do so well on third downs. 41% compared to our 77%. Turnovers, we each had 2. I mean, everything was even except for the score. As you can see, we got off to a real fast start, and they weren't able to put up any points in the second half, which, it's tough to win if you go a whole half without scoring points. So, yeah, I'm just looking over. That's about it for the scoring summary. Individual stats. Barry had a good game. Over 200 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. Completed 56% of his passes. I mean, their quarterback didn't have that bad of a game either. 13 for 29, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Look at the rushing stats. I mean, Stevenson with another monster game. This might be the first game we've had, maybe in my coaching career, without a single touchdown. Single rushing touchdowns. All of them were receiving. Wide receiver 20 got 1. Blake had a big game. He got 2. Moran had 1 catch for 1 touchdown. Stevenson had 1 catch for that long 32-yard touchdown. So it was a really good game going through the air today. Defense played real well. Allen had that crazy pick over his shoulder. We did have a fumble recovery this game. Only 2 punts. That's pretty good. So 42-17. That's a really good team win. Good team effort. We're just going to sim through the rest of the week. All right, week 11 is one of our bye weeks. So we're going to be able to simulate through that game as well. There's Vanderbilt, one of the few winless teams left. They're 116th in the country, which is second to last. There's a big MAC game right there. I mean, ranked Marshall taking on Mitch-A-Palooza, who's right outside the top 25 rankings. They're 26. Taking a look at last week, Cal is also still winless. Big loss to Arizona, I think that was. Marshall beat Central Michigan. Memphis with a close loss to Cincinnati. NIU beat down on Western Michigan. Western Michigan's having a real down year. They're in the bottom 10 for the nation, I believe. Ohio State's still winning after us. SMU's having a real good year too, as well as UNLV. And then Rutgers, which is a big upset on Syracuse. Syracuse was ranked and they lost just a close one to the 2-win Rutgers. Miami of Ohio edging out Toledo for a big win. They're going to stay ranked. Temple's still winless. They're 114th, so they're the bottom 2. Miami's able to beat West Virginia. I mean, we need some of those top-ranked teams to start losing if we want to move up from 3. I saw UConn lost there. But we'll take a look through all these games. Or at least the ones we care about. So we have Northern Illinois next. UConn lost to Troy State, so they're still just 1-9. Vanderbilt got crushed by Navy. I don't know if they're going to win a game all year. Marshall's able to beat Mitch-A-Palooza, so they're going to stay ranked and stay undefeated. Hopefully Mitch-A-Palooza can get to that 6th win. I really want to see them get back to being bowl eligible. Western Michigan picking up their 2nd win. They definitely needed that to save a little bit of their season. Cal is still winless. They're 0-8. Creeping towards that 117th spot. Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan had a real close game, but Eastern Michigan's able to beat them by 3. Miami of Ohio crushed Ohio in this game. Let's see. Kent State barely beat Northern Illinois. Good for us. They're a little demoralized going into the game. Miami handles Rutgers. Looks like no really big upsets here. Toledo. I mean, UCF is definitely the worst team in the MAC this year for sure. So next week we will take on Northern Illinois. Some other good MAC games for that week. They're now 72nd. I believe Ball State was just 72nd, so they switched. So I'll see you guys all in that one. Peace.